Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electricity provider that brings the power to you by putting community first. We purchase power from PJM, the largest wholesale power market in the United States, before we deliver it to your home without marking up the cost. As supply and demand cause price changes, Novec is committed to keeping the lights on for our members. Because it's not just about ensuring you get safe, reliable power for the best value, but because as a member, you have a voice. Visit Novec.com to learn what's behind your rates, see your membership's real value, and take control of your energy costs. Northern Virginia Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electricity provider that brings the power to you by putting community first. We purchase power from PJM, the largest wholesale power market in the United States, before we deliver it to your home without marking up the cost. As supply and demand cause price changes, Novec is committed to keeping the lights on for our members. Because it's not just about ensuring you get safe, reliable power for the best value, but because as a member, you have a voice. Visit Novec.com to learn what's behind your rates, see your membership's real value, and take control of your energy costs.
I'll be fine.
You good? I'll wait for them to get out. We'll now rise and honor the flag with the playing of our nation's national anthem.
Did you know that the leading cause of electric outages is trees or branches falling onto power lines? When that happens, lines can break or trees can get tangled up in them. That's when Novec crews step in, clearing the debris so power can be restored safely. Remember, you should never try to remove branches from a power line by yourself. The line could be live, so stay safe and call Novec first.
What a beautiful day here at Raventech Park for USL League Two action. Noah Walker of DMV Sports Media, joined by the one and only Josh Sager. Josh, what are your expectations for today's match between Loudoun United and, of course, the one and only Annapolis Blues?
Well, this is going to be a matchup between two sides that are kind of on very opposite ends of the table right now in the Chesapeake division of USL 2. You've got a high-octane attack in Annapolis Blues FC coming on to face a pretty stout defense here for Loudoun United. They just have not been able to get goals so far this season. Loudoun United entered tonight with 4 points, coming off a 4-1 loss here at home last week to Lionsbridge. Meanwhile, Annapolis are rolling right now. They came off a 7-0 win against Patuxent FA, who we just saw their women's team play against Loudoun United's women's team just a few moments ago. So the only time this season these two are going to square off against each other this season, so we should be in for a fun one.
No doubt. Annapolis will wear their white tops, blue bottoms. Loudoun United in their traditional all-black kit. I think the heat's going to have any kind of effect with that all-black. I guess with the sun going down, it's not going to be as bad as it could be, but it
might
certainly...
be for maybe just for like the first 30 minutes or so, but that's really it. 30 at most.
Perhaps more impactful will be the direction of the sun, playing into the sun, which it looks like Loudoun United is also going to have to contend with that, but they'll get respite as this match moves on. Otherwise, a beautiful day here at Raven Tech. If you're in the area of Leesburg, highly recommend coming out and catching one of these USL League Two action matches.
Let's look at the starting 11s for this one. Beginning with Loudoun United 2, Shiraz Sadat will be the netminder. The home side will employ a 5-3-2 with the center back trio consisting of Barrett Saul in the center, Jack Sullivan on the right, and Owen Rich on the left. Ian McIntosh is the right back. That's a late scratch because originally that was going to be Ethan Pendleton. He is going to be the right back with Alessandro Maldonado on the left. Paul Katende anchors the midfield with Elias Camp on the right side and Xavier O'Neill on the left. The two up top are Sidney Agri on the right side and Justin Melly opposite him. We are going to get you Loudoun's lineup as we kick off, and the man kicking it off here will be Matt Leonard. So we are just about set to go here. So we are underway here from Leesburg, Virginia. Let's do two. Double dipping here in suburban DC at Raven Tech Park. It is a hot night. The humidity, though, is starting to die down a bit, which is a good sign. Loudoun United goes from right to left on your screen in the all-black, Annapolis Blues in the white. For Annapolis Blues FC, goalkeeper Alex Hare will have a 4-3-3 in front of him with Alejandro Carrillo and Will Caldwell as the center backs.
I think you might have it backwards. I think this is Annapolis with Hare in goal.
I've said for Annapolis Blues. Getting back to that, Thijs Veldhorst on the right and Keenan Bader on the left. Oliver Snowden will be the center midfielder with Noah Satriano to his right, and former Maryland Bobcat, a guy I covered in 2024, Tyler Gabara, will be on the left. Dan Karsten will be the right wing. Brady Giho is the left wing, and spearheading the attack is Matt Leonard. So that's all you need to know to get you started as we are underway here. Sullivan.
A lot of pressure early on from Loudoun trying to catch Annapolis Blues in this corner, and it looks like that pressure has paid dividends.
Yeah, this is going to be a very intriguing side. Again, Annapolis is not necessarily known for playing defensively, but Loudoun United also not really necessarily known for their attack today. So what do you expect for the first 15 minutes?
Well, it looks like Loudoun United, the one thing that you can always control is effort, and it looks like they're going to come out, try to put some pressure on the Blues. You already see them diving into tackles. They're going to be physical, and they're going to try to put the Blues off their game, try to get that initiative. And when you have the initiative in football, it's one of those factors that is hard to quantify, but it's so important.
So a free kick coming up here for Annapolis Blues. This is going to be taken by Thijs Veldhorst, the Dutchman. To the back to Keenan Bader. Again, this is going to be an Annapolis Blues side that is right now rolling off a 7-0 win against probably one of the weaker sides in the Chesapeake Division. So could be expecting them to do that again, potentially again tonight. Loudoun United is only third from the bottom, so still a bit of an upgrade compared to Patuxent, but this is going to be still a challenge for Annapolis. Given away, and Tyler Gabara is able to get a loose ball here for Annapolis Blues down the right channel, but he is pickpocketed by Barrett Saul.
Yeah, you saw Ian McIntosh let the man completely go by him. I think it was an advantage played by our center official, but you see the mentality. It's either man or ball. You can't let both go by. I think McIntosh was perfectly okay with conceding a set piece there. He got away with one.
Sadat gives it to one of his teammates, and it's turned over immediately by Agri, or to Agri, and now Sadat is just going to reclaim that cross that came in. Again, if there's one thing I noticed when I was making some of these rosters, is a lot of these Annapolis Blue guys have a lot of professional experience too. Some of them played with Maryland Bobcats and NISA, like Gabara, like Caleb Pritchett, who's on the bench. So these are guys that are going to have experience, and that experience should come in handy here tonight.
Absolutely. To Loudoun United's credit, they might have a younger roster, relatively speaking. I think a lot of these guys are young on both sides. So already playing a physical professional style. This is a good chance upfield for United.
Yeah, this is a chance now for United. Oh, that is just wide from Brady Giho. By Agri.
Sydney Agri found himself in behind from the top of the 18. That's a moment that, not an easy chance, but I think Agri's quality, he'll want to do better next time.
Yeah, and Maldonado, by the way, that was a fantastic setup to get that even into the box for Agri to have a shot on that.
Yeah, Maldonado, the former DC United youth player. It's only natural he's made his way onto this Loudoun United League Two team, and it's been a seamless transition. You see the creativity there from Maldonado here early in this match.
Maldonado scored the only goal, I believe, for Loudoun United in their match against Lionsbridge. So he is coming off a nice outing. High into the air, and it's taken in by Veldhorst. He's in a battle with Maldonado, and Maldonado is going to get called for a foul. Again, Loudoun United, this is a team that really needs to start picking points up. They have been having a lot of tough results, but to be fair, their schedule has not been kind to them so far. Shot taken again. This time it's Xavier O'Neill. That one was curling way wide.
Yeah, credit to the confidence of O'Neill to take this one on, have a half chance. But the confidence early on from Loudoun United, that's maybe something that they'll want to see. They've already had a strong start, putting pressure on the Blues, but this is a cruel sport, this sport we love, football. But if you don't take your chances, even if you have all the possession, all the chances, the other side can find just one and get right into the game.
Taken into the corner there. Here is Bader. Tries to center one, and it's given away. Pickpocketed by Sullivan. Oh, good
cross.
Great cross here, and it's going to find the foot of Dan Karsten. He's going to cut inside. Karsten, and that one is immediately poked out of play for a corner kick coming up here for for Annapolis Blues.
You saw that McIntosh did well to hold the attacker at bay, waited for support, and got the second challenge. Consolation prize of a corner for the Blues as they look to take advantage of an early set piece.
I believe the man taking this is going to be Tyler Gabara. Actually, no, it's going to be Oliver Snowden. In swinging ball into the mixer, a bit low, and might have deflected off a defender. It's going to be an out for a goal kick here.
Yeah, I think Loudoun fortunate there. Credit to Sydney Agri. And on the offensive side of the ball, usually he was back with that big body to help make the clearance and weather the storm.
And again, this is a Loudoun team that, yes, they have not gotten many points, but they are one of the more stout defenses in this division. And a lot of that is due to goalkeepers like Shiraz Sadat, excuse me. Speaking of Sadat, he sends a skyscraper into the air. It's headed down by Matt Leonard. Just a bunch of headers right now, a sequence of headers. That's going to be ended, though, by
McIntosh.
Again, Ian McIntosh is a last-minute addition to the starting lineup. It was supposed to be Ethan Pendleton over on the right, as the right back, but there must have been a last-minute change, and no foul given, and they're going to play advantage for Loudoun.
This is O'Neill.
Good ball. Here's Maldonado. He'll take a strike, and that one's just going to bounce right into the gloves of the keeper, Hare.
Yeah, not enough venom to the shot. I like the idea, though, and again, confidence has gotten Loudoun United half the way there. They just need to find a bit of clinicality, a bit of brilliance on the final product, but really like what I've seen thus far from Loudoun United against this Blues side.
What would you say is right now going to be the key for Loudoun to get back to that thought in a second?
Finishing. I know it's over, it's oversimplified, but really and truly they've done much of what we've seen here today really well. They've transitioned well, they've counterattacked, and they've pressured really well. And they've had chances to show for it, but it just takes that next level of player to find the back of the net from some of these half chances.
So it's going to be a goal kick. It did end up taking a deflection off a Loudoun United player, so it's going to be a goal kick for the Blues. Is it surprising to you that Annapolis, who has looked really good so far, who has had a really good attack this season, is having to play so deep right now?
In some ways, yes, but in some ways, no. Hold that thought. It's another
Here's a chance now for Xavier O'Neal. He gets around his defender. O'Neal's shot is blocked into the leg of number 10 Sullivan.
And to come back to your question, yes, of course you expect everything. You expect the world from this Annapolis Blues side that's seen so much success over the years. But Loudoun United, every team in this League Two side, they're here for a reason. And Loudoun, to their credit, they're a new team. They're starting to get reps together. And I only anticipated them getting better as the season goes on, as this coaching staff gets a minute to work with the players and they start to feel each other out. Plus, you're at home in front of this home crowd. You play a little extra. I think we've seen that thus far.
That's going to be the same case when they visit Gaithersburg in about a few days when they play Bethesda SC over at Marine Hendricks Field.
Yeah, even potentially more so at Annapolis Blues at Navy Marine Corps Stadium. That is a wild place to watch footy. They have 9,000 fans regularly, and it's a special event, special thing that they've built here. And
that stadium also home to the Naval Academy's football team, so you always get good crowds for those as well.
Yeah, Loudoun, to their credit, they've built something, kind of a culture here as well, where it's really well supported, even on this midweek match where fans probably have work that they're coming from. There's an address for the Loudoun man here. That's Owen Rich. Not drawing the card, but he is at least going into the radar of our center official.
Yeah, and Rich is a guy that comes from very far from this area. Tucson, Arizona native.
Wow.
So he's probably thinking we're amateurs with this heat. To the outside, and it's a bit too far out in front of the reach of Dan Karsten. So a BYU Cougar, that's a program that honestly does not get the recognition I think that it deserves. It's a really strong program in Division I.
Is it really on the soccer side as well?
Yeah.
I knew about their football. That's interesting.
Annapolis trying to keep it in play. There was a bit of a high skyscraper from Satriano that went unheld.
I agree with this decision from McIntosh. Just sends it down the field. Yes, you want to play on the ground. Yes, you want to play out. But sometimes it's better to just live to fight another day and play the safe ball up, especially with how many white shirts were in that corner.
This is Caldwell. Goes back to his keeper. He's going to launch one forward over to the left side. This is Brady Guijo. Gets around his defender, and that one is eventually cleared high into the air by Will Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell.
Or Elias Campbell, excuse
Elias
me.
Campbell, horse for the wear. Certainly took a knock after sending that one forward, but able to win his team a set piece inside their own area.
Going to take it short. McIntosh to the inside. Here is...
This is Ian McIntosh.
That's Ian McIntosh. Excuse me. We're just trying to figure out some of the numbers here. Maldonado in the corner. And that one's just going to go right back to Annapolis. And this team in Maryland's capital is going to be a real challenge for this Loudoun United side that's, again, as you mentioned, still trying to find its bearings. And I think that one thing that you're going to really need for them to do is just to really amp up the attack, and they've actually done a pretty good job of that so far these within the first 15 minutes.
Sometimes the best attack they say is a good defense, but specifically pressure from your top line on the Annapolis Blues backline. I think that's where some of the best chances have been creating that high block, mid block. This is Sent down the line by Karsten.
Karsten down the line. Here's Tyler Gabara cutting in. His cross is going to go high into the air. It was not cleared cleanly, and now it's going to be taken in. Agri. And now he's going to try getting on something going, but he doesn't have much support. He is taken down in the midfield by Snowden, and Oliver Snowden is going to be given a warning here.
Yeah. So far, no cards, few addresses, and I think we're due for a card at least maybe right before the end of the first half based on the current trajectory, but I like the patience to not start bringing the cards out too early.
Oliver Snowden, currently a player at American University not far down the road. Here's a chance now on a turnover, and a bit too patient with the ball there from Sullivan, and it's going to be out for a corner kick for Loudoun United.
I really like the ingenuity from Sullivan, just making things happen, especially in the 18. Try to drive a goal, put the defender on the back foot, and you never know, with a late errant challenge, a nervy defender, you might end up with a penalty, you might end up with a narrow window at goal. Instead, got the consolation prize of a corner kick, an opportunity to send bodies into this Blues box.
And it is going to actually be Sullivan to take this as well. We're seeing the goalkeeper Shiraz coming way off his line. Wouldn't be surprised if he's going to just run back as soon as this thing is cleared.
Well, he's occupying the space. His team is up the field, and as a goalkeeper, you have to stay connected, just like any other player. You want to stay connected to the next player up, which, of course, is Melly. So he's reading the field, and he's doing a good job of it.
Cross comes in, cleared away, and just watching it sail out is Justin Melly, who, by the way, interestingly enough, he is listed tonight as a forward. He is actually a defender.
Tonight, yeah. I noticed that.
Very intriguing, but it shows that Loudoun United is going to be relying a lot tonight on versatility.
Yeah, it speaks to the versatility of Melly, that he can slot in, has already been the catalyst to start a few attacks, has that long ball capability, the offensive mind, but also able to step in defensively.
Smarty 2 goes to Cornell.
There you go.
It's going to be out of play for a throw-in for Loudoun United.
Good turn inside from Saul.
Saul, here is Maldonado.
That's a poor pass from McIntosh, and he's forced his teammate into making an errant challenge. Usually, hold that thought. It's immediately squandered.
Beautiful to the outside. Gets it to Xavier O'Neill, who has it in possession. He's going to get a few step overs. That one's going to be cleared off the attempted cross. Apologies if we do mess up some of the numbers. The sun is starting to, unfortunately, shine a little bit off of the railings right in front of where we're standing. So it's going to be a little bit hard with some of the reflections.
We got this.
Hopefully.
This is a good counterattack opportunity, although it looks like Blue's going to slow it down.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing there just because there's no numbers there. So
yeah, well, it's a odds game. He looks, and it's not worth the risk to just automatically turn the ball over and start running again. There wasn't any run that could be timed, and it's a smart play to bring it back and then force your opponent to chase the ball. That's the key here.
Caldwell. Caldwell comes to this Annapolis team all the way from merry old England. Georgetown Hoya. Carrillo. To the outside, here is Keenan Bader. He's going to get it back from Satriano. Satriano has also switched the field. He's listed here as the right mid, and he's all the way on the left side. Very fluid with what we're seeing right now from Annapolis.
Yeah, they're utilizing the width of this really large field, and in the end, just a throw to show for their troubles.
Yeah, I was going to say, this field feels a lot larger than some of the other fields that we have.
It's more that all of the fields that we see everywhere else are small. This is proper football pitch, and we'd love to see it. No other lines to contend with, a nice width to play with. It's a beautiful venue that Loudoun United have secured here at Raven Tech.
No goal, so no risk of a field goal. No post, so no risk of a field goal.
No American football field goals in the way. There's O'Neal back to, I believe, Rich.
Oh, and Rich goes back to his right wing.
Mentioned the experience of both these sides. Annapolis Blues, they've been together for a few seasons back before in the NPSL before coming on over here to the USL League Two. Of course, is their second season in the USL League Two, I believe. Loudoun United League Two, this is their first time in League Two, although they do have roots in the Revolution program as well as, of course, their professional championship side.
I've noticed that Justin Melly has come all the way out to the back. It seems like, I mean, he is a natural defender, so I just thought that's an interesting move there. He's gone all the way from forward all the way to the back, so now it's basically leaving, from what it seems like, it's basically leaving Agri to having to be the lone attacker here. Cindy Agri from Culpeper, Virginia.
Really well timed by Sadat, and you see that's why Sadat has kept that high-ish line to come and read any kind of direct ball through. That was a really well-timed run from Karsten behind McIntosh, but goalkeeper had his back all day.
Melly gets it, and Maldonado tried to let it through, but it's going to be deflected off the leg of Veldhorst. Caldwell back to the Dutchman. That was a very risky pass, but he was able to somehow get it to Gabara.
Gabara's been shifty all day. I wouldn't be surprised if he is one of the catalysts, if Annapolis Blues able to score.
Snowden, ooh, that might have almost hit the hand of Oliver Snowden. Didn't. Gabara to the outside again. Here is Karsten crossing one in. Not cleared cleanly. Still loose in the box, and finally it is gathered up by Shiraz.
Great save from Sadat. And he had to get it right with the intervention after a messy sequence of play, not fully cleared. That's brave goalkeeping. Love to see that.
And again, Shiraz has been one of the main reasons why this Loudoun United side is still in this league in the standings right now.
Yeah, Shiraz Sadat has been involved, and sometimes it's not just the saves, right, that you see, the highlight reel saves. It's the IQ, the starting position, and the communication that he's been excellent with today.
Foul committed against Keenan Bader, by the way. So what have you liked so far from what Loudoun United is trying to do here?
Loudoun, I mean, it's to start the game, it was the pressure. I really did like the pressure. They kind of have been forced back a little bit as the game has gone on, but they flowed with it. They haven't tried to get too high up the field. When it's there to press, they go. When it's in the corners, etc. But then when it's a moment to pull back and show patience, when Annapolis Blues are clearly in a strong position possessing, they pull back, and that's been allowing them to very much stay in this game, if not at times be the better side.
Well, Melly gets it over to one of his teammates, number 18, Owen Rich.
Look at this overlapping
this is
run.
A really nice overlapping run here. Cross comes in, and it's just going to be blocked away by Caldwell.
It was Katende with the run.
We haven't said his name yet, but he is going to be a massive key to tonight's game for Loudoun.
Yeah, you just see the speed. He was like a bat out of heck, as the expression goes. He was just streaking down that line, had a lot of distance to cover, and he almost created the mismatch to give the Blues the problem. It was well defended. This one's sent in towards O'Neal.
O'Neal crossing one in, headed away by Carrillo. Yeah, the sun is now really starting to play a factor here. You know it's bad when our cameraman here to our right is covering his eyes.
Yeah, shout out Dono W. He's the one who's getting the worst of the sun, but making sure to bring this video feed to you at home. I assure for you and for Dono, it'll get better as this goes on.
Chested down. And Owen Rich couldn't handle it completely.
What's a brave
back.
header.
Ooh.
Stuck his head into a dangerous area.
And a chance now for Agri to come on in. Agri was not able to hold on to it completely, but you were saying a bold header.
Yeah.
Somebody who played somebody who played on the back line in high school, I don't think I ever would have tried that even, just because, especially considering how close he was to getting hit in the head with a boot.
Right. You saw the Blues player had his foot going for the ball. To his credit, did kind of pull out of the challenge. That could have been nasty, but really confident to just put your head right through a challenge when you know you might get kicked square in the face.
The outside Gabara.
A lot of space there in the middle, and Annapolis will want to fold in on those spaces, those pockets of play that Blues would relish an opportunity to move into.
Snowden goes to the outside to Satriano, and now a nice through ball from Gabara.
Flag stays down.
Yeah, the flag is down here. Back to Snowden. Satriano goes back to his fellow midfielder. Bader gets back to Satriano.
And this is where Loudoun have been strong. I think they were at risk of almost getting caught in transition, but they did well to get bodies back goal side. Now they're showing patience, shifting this one around and shaping it.
There's definitely a body language that shows that Annapolis isn't as comfortable with having to keep full.
Certainly looked comfortable there, but it was an offside in the process. That was Gabara, again, the catalyst. We mentioned him as a point of emphasis, a player to watch out for. He was almost able to create something there.
And Giho was the one who was caught offside, I think, just barely. Yeah, you won't. I don't think there's going to be a surprise at any point if somebody gets a goal on or a shot on target and puts it into the back of the net at this point.
Yeah, there's players to watch out for each side. We talked about for United already Katende streaking down that wing, but for the Blues, it certainly has been Gabara all day long, just nifty with his feet. He's fast, and he reads the field. Seems to have a motor that doesn't quit. I think he is certainly going to be involved if Blues are able to score.
Gabara does not take off days in this sport. I believe he owns a coaching, not a company, but a coaching syndicate, basically, in the DMV area for soccer in the off-season.
Good for them. This is a good battle.
Speaking of which, and Karsten is going to be out of play in a battle there with McIntosh.
McIntosh has been physical, and that's what you need to do. There's a fine line between a foul and incredible defending, and that's how McIntosh able to walk that line really well.
Into the air by McIntosh, but it only got to Will Caldwell.
Yeah, Blues will go all the way back to Hare to reset from square one.
A lot of these guys, by the way, that they've got on their back line tonight, Caldwell, guys like Caldwell as well as, it's just Caldwell. He is also listed only as a midfielder, so another guy that is showing versatility.
It's interesting for both sides to be.
Give it away here. Here's a chance now for, that is just wide there from Owen Rich.
Wow, gotta love the audacity to not only win this, to gamble and win it in transition, but then to take the early hit. Owen Rich almost sending one past Hare.
That would have been a beautiful goal from Owen Rich. Although I personally think as a center back, you got to see if you can find somebody, because I think we all know at this point center backs are not necessarily known for shooting things on target. At least in my personal experience. I don't know about you.
Rich, I'm surprised to see him listed as a center back.
He's a midfielder on my roster.
Yeah, and he's certainly been not playing in a center back role. You see him higher up the pitch, and he's never, to my knowledge, that's a late challenge from
that
McIntosh.
Is not a great attack.
And he will go in the book.
Yeah, that is quite a rough one from McIntosh on Dan Karsten, and we can hear the Annapolis Blues supporters that are down to our right now.
Yellow card in the 27th minute for Loudoun United, Ian McIntosh.
Currently, we apologize. My good friend Noah Walker here is also double dutying right now as PA.
Give you twice the opportunity to hear anything, any goals, any yellow cards. If you don't hear it from us on the air, you'll get it blasted into your ear from the PA system.
I'm not going to lie. That is one of those cards that I think is 50-50 in terms of that could have been yellow, could have been red.
Oh, I don't know so much.
Cross coming in. Oh, what a block. What an absolutely beautiful block by Justin Melly.
Melly doing it again. You know, we talked about his versatility. This is huge. Goal saving, dare I say, but a corner kick now to come for the Blues. And who else but Gabara to take Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's just a strong, like hard yellow. But at the USL League Two level, a lot of these referees let the players play, but always a yellow card, yeah.
Cross comes in. It's a bit low. High into the air. Shiraz is going to just be given a free kick because it was offside.
Where's Shiraz coming from? Is that the first name?
Or Shiraz Sadat, excuse me.
Okay, yeah, I was just making sure I didn't miss something. Yeah, he was blanketed, kind of bracketed by two players. Did well to get up and get a punch anyways.
Ooh, that could have been very costly there on the back from Barrett Saul.
This one batted into Loudoun area. Good turn from Katende, but not a lot of room to run into. Oh, he's able to thread the needle to Sullivan.
Sullivan still has it, and he ran into Agri. It's not going to cost anything quite yet. Maldonado cutting it inside. Maldonado way over.
Wow, Maldonado showing that ingenuity, earning the captain's armband, able to do everything except for the final product. And that's what we've talked about as a point of emphasis for Loudoun. They've really been creating solid efforts, but can you keep that on frame? I know it seems oversimplified, but I'm sure that's a point of emphasis for this coaching staff heading into halftime.
Maldonado, another player that is a defender tonight that is listed as a midfielder, so that's another reason why he's been getting so many shots off.
He's certainly not playing in a defender role either. He's up the field. I mean, he's a winger.
That could have been catastrophic. You were mentioning also how good of a fan base right now Annapolis Blues have. You can hear them quite vocally down here on the right side.
And it is going to be a foul going against Maldonado.
Yeah, and I'm quite impressed by how many of them are willing to travel down here. This is already a 1 hour drive for me, and I'm from Bethesda, or from Rockville.
Right. I'm actually not so surprised when you see this crowd. I've been to a few away games and a couple of home games for Annapolis Blues. This is a fan base that is diehard, and they really do support this team anywhere and everywhere.
Caldwell. He's going to switch the field to the outside for Guijo. This is going to go back to the center backs, Carrillo. Caldwell might want to try that again, decides against it. He is dealing with the pressure from Nelly. And that was not the best outlet pass to Karsten. Here's the good news, at least. The humidity has definitely started to die down a bit.
Absolutely. I mean, and we're just moments, maybe halftime away from the sun going behind those trees back there, but it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, foul called, by the way, against Owen Rich after a pretty hard pushing down of Snowden.
Was it Snowden? Yeah, it was. I thought it was number 11, but Leonard was on the ground at least for a moment. I don't know if...
I think he might have just been tying his shoe. Satriano will take the free kick, decides to go back to Carrillo to the outside now for Bader. And now here is Tyler Gabarra. He has been all over the place, and this is something that I saw with him a lot when he was with Maryland Bobcats back in 2024. Just really good at orchestrating chaos in the midfield area and really causing defenders to be caught off guard.
A lot of this is skill, obviously, but a lot of it also is fitness. The fitness to be able to just go all over the pitch. Good, strong hold-up play from Sidney Agre.
And that is going to be a foul, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to come back to the spot of the initial foul. Agre, he played through the contact, but not able to find anything, and so the referee able to bring it back after there was no advantage to be played.
Going back to Gabarra, one of my broadcast partners when I was with Bobcats, James Consoli, described it in two words. Just chaotic orchestrator. That's all he was, Tyler Gabarra.
Big ball up the pitch in the direction of Agre.
Sadat was going for Agre, and it's instead headed away by an Annapolis Blues defender. Maldonado, I think, is just going to let this go out, and he does. Or McIntosh. And again, the 30 and the 20 is a little bit harder to read just because of the way that the sun is angled right now.
Yeah, Maldonado wants this foul. It was certainly a physical challenge.
I don't think that's going to...
But it's not going to be called in this game, this temperature, how it's been going both ways. And I think it's for the best. It hasn't been a game that stopped too much.
Long ball forward now for Leonard. He's looking to get around Melly, but Melly is able to pickpocket him and just goes back to his keeper, Sadat. Talk about also a size disadvantage for Melly. The fact that he's able to hold up against these really tall attackers right now has been really impressive to watch.
Yeah, truly. This is impressive, though. Loudoun United, I know it's a simple build-up from the back, but they're able to keep this on the ground. Lesser sides might have crumpled and just tried to clear this away from the pressure. We'll see if they're able to keep the possession alive.
Agreed. Chested it down a bit too far out and ahead of O'Neal, and that one's just going to be yeeted into the air.
Well said. I think, yeah, they did the best to keep possession while they could, but that wasn't shaping up to be anything pretty, and just put your foot through it, live to fight another day.
I think Sullivan there was just trying to, I think he was trying to create something there, but he might have just overpowered that. Satriano, back to Carrillo. I think it's a bit alarming for Annapolis Blues. They've only had one shot on target this entire game. That's something that you don't necessarily see with this attack. A good push-off by Karsten, and that was legal. Here is Dan Karsten. Coming on in, he's got two defenders on him, gets past Melly, now tries to center one for Gabara, who tried to maybe reset in the back, was a bit lackadaisical there.
This is challenged, but Snowden finally going to take over. Credit to McIntosh, who got beat pretty clearly, but his pressure running back allowed, that made the Annapolis Blues player feel like he had to keep pushing forward, didn't have the time to make another decision, and allowed his counterpart, his colleague, to make the challenge in the back.
Switching the field for Brady Guijo. Oh, this could be a costly mistake.
Oh, that doesn't get much closer than that. It's just a corner kick, but spared the blushes. You see the consolence from teammate Campbell just talking to Katende, who was clearly shaken up after that.
Yeah, that could have been calamitous there. I mean, it's not much he could do. It just seemed like he wasn't able to fully control it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a mistake. Clearing didn't get good contact, but I guess they happen. But that's a mistake at probably the worst place. Credit, though, to Sadat, who seemed like he had it read, didn't try to.
Snowden to take this corner kick from the far side. Here in the 39th minute.
Yeah, goal
36th, excuse me.
Goal now would be massive for either side. Big momentum boost. It's whipped in. Sadat timed it well and read it with a punch.
Still not out of the woods yet here because it was lost in the middle of the field there by number 10, Sullivan.
Yeah, Sullivan, I think, won't be thrilled with this because right now, Loudoun United right back under pressure when they could have broken out.
Bader switching the field now. Going to find the foot of Leonard. He's going to have a go from here, and I think it might have taken a deflection on a block there from Maldonado.
It was Gabara, his own teammate. Just unfortunate position, and now just a goal kick for Loudoun United.
Yeah, I actually thought that might have gone off of Ian McIntosh there, but it seems to have gone off of Gabara. And again, another thing that I think is going to be interesting to note is a lot of these Annapolis guys are much older than a lot of these players on Loudoun. A lot of the Loudoun players are players that are still currently in college. This is their soccer equivalent of baseball summer collegiate leagues.
Yeah, this is the side, Annapolis Blues, again, who have been around the leagues for a few seasons together, so that's why they're so strong, why they had such a great start. But Loudoun really holding their own. I anticipated they'd get better as the season goes on. This will be a test. If they can pass, I think we'll see a new leaf turn for Loudoun.
Saul going back to the right side. Katende. Oh, good layoff. And now Katende can turn on the Jets. He's going to try crossing one in. Low cross. An attempted bicycle there from, I believe that might. Neil, excuse me, and he loses out to Karsten, and he'll just go back to Campbell for the backline for the reset. Yeah, it's surprising how defensive Annapolis is acting tonight.
Yeah, they've been patient. I mean, it's a measured approach, but I think they're waiting for their right moment, and they will go big with this one in the direction of Karsten.
Oh, Dan Karsten is onside here, but he's also got McIntosh on him, and McIntosh is able to clear it out of the way right into the Annapolis Blues supporters horde that we have down here on the bottom right. Got a really good crowd tonight here, too. Throw in taken by Veldhorst. He's going to send it back into Gabara. Gabara into the box. He takes a shot. It took a deflection off of, I believe that was off of Sullivan, and it's going to be collected there by Sadat.
Yeah, well defended, and it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. Sadat holding on too long. That's been a point of emphasis where referees have not had a lot of patience. They've been very strict with the time limit. The goalkeeper is able to hold the ball. That's harsh, but we have seen that a few times in different leagues.
You definitely could hear the audible no from Shiraz.
It's an adjustment that pretty much all goalkeepers have to make. I've seen pretty much the same reaction, but I have seen this. There has to have been a new rule change or a new point of emphasis from referees.
Back here for Keenan Bader. He's looking to get something going. Bader crossing one into the box just over Gabara's head, still at the foot.
Oh, great defending, and now
Karsten, and now it's going to be called offside on Dan Karsten.
I think it was the foul, no? Was it?
I think it was offside. I did see the flag go up.
Interesting. This is sent out on the near side. A chance for O'Neal to kind of spur his teammates on.
Xavier O'Neal throwing it back to McIntosh. And he's getting pushed down by Veldhorst.
Early ball forward.
Oh, I actually kind of like this here. That's something developing here as Matt Leonard now is going to have to deal with the defender on him. That's Campbell. Goes back to Bader. Into the middle for Satriano. Things changing all the time right now for Annapolis.
A challenge from Rich to force this back.
Carrillo. Here is Caldwell, excuse me. Back out to the left side. Got Gabara in the middle. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't gone to him just yet here, because he is open for business. Now there's Gabara, and he's going to go for Snowden. One-touch pass for Keenan Bader. And now a good back heel.
Oh, lovely stabbing challenge in the back.
Bader just had it stabbed from underneath him.
I believe the challenge was made by Campbell. Hard to see from our angle.
I think that was Sullivan, actually.
Was it?
Oh, good ball. Here is Tyler Gabara. He's going to run in it by himself. He's got on top of Melly. Here's Tyler Gabara, and it's just wide.
Well, that's Brady Giho with an amazing run into the box. And Giho almost finding the back of the net at the most important time. Huge run from Giho, who was a bull in a china shop and almost put the defender on stilts and able to find the back of the net. We've talked about the finishing for Loudoun United, and then maybe the same could be said for some of the Annapolis Blues players. They got 45 minutes after we go into the half for these teams to sort it out. But
we've got 4 minutes left plus stoppage to go, and I'm kind of surprised it's still 0-0. I was figuring this could be either, well, I was expecting this maybe to have at least 1 or 2 goals by this point, but neither team has given in. Hare is just going to go back to Carrillo. To the outside for Keenan Bader. Back out Giho. And taken down there is Giho.
That was sent around, and now Karsten.
Here on the near side, centering pass for number 13, that is Veldhorst. Another guy that's been acting tonight as a defenseman, but is a natural midfielder. Satriano. Carrillo. Carrillo wants to get in on the attack around here.
Here comes a delivery, lofted into the direction of Karsten. It's really well defended by McIntosh.
That was almost in there from Giho, too. That was a beautiful cross. Just, I think it might have died a little bit too early to be able to get to Karsten.
Well, credit to McIntosh, though, covering a lot of ground and helping out his team.
Speaking of Karsten, he's now going to get a ball that has the ball that had just switched the field. And on top of him, he gets past McIntosh. Beautiful move there on the spinorama. He is not fouled. Cross coming in from Veldhorst. It's palmed away. Chested down by Gabara. He cannot get the second effort. Still not finished yet here with a potential attack.
Here comes the counter.
Ooh, that is a rough tumble there. It looks like Barrett Saul is going to be shown the yellow card.
Yellow card for Loudoun United in the 44th minute.
Barrett Saul.
Barrett Saul.
Barrett Saul, a Leesburg native, plays currently at Old Dominion University down in Norfolk. So that's a bit of a drive here from Leesburg to Norfolk, Virginia. So a free kick here. It's going to be taken by Carrillo. Time to just go backwards to Cetriano. Karsten with O'Neal on him. Goes into the middle. Got past the legs of Veldhorst. And Snowden was a bit too keen there. But it gets back into the legs of Caldwell, who goes out to Bader. Pass too far for Gabara. That one just cleared into the defensive zone, and I think maybe Carrillo might go back to his keeper, decides against it, and is going to switch the field again. These are some really nice field switches that we've seen tonight.
Especially the field is as wide as it is, have to really put their foot through it, and it gives teams a lot of space to find players. You see Karsten, just how wide he is behind this narrow and tight back line.
Well, now a chance for Bader to do a step over. That one's going to be punched into the air, and now not the cleanest touch by Saul there.
Agre not finding touch that he wanted
good
either.
Play off here. Cross comes in. It's out of the reach of Sadat and also out of the reach of Karsten, out for a goal kick. Actually, that might be a throw-in here. No, that's a goal kick.
Yeah, goal kick to come. On these wide fields, it's even more important than ever for the wingers to track back defensively because you just can't cover the entire width with the back line. You just can't do it, and you need to have your wingers tracking back every time and then getting up the field to create the mismatches and the overlaps. It requires a lot of fitness to play on this pitch, especially at this level.
So Sadat hits it into the air. Wonder how much stoppage we're going to get. We're already in the 45th minute, but the fact that we haven't heard from down on the field means that we probably aren't getting any stoppage, maybe a minute at most.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing any big stoppages, any big injuries. There were, of course, a couple of cards, but that didn't stop the game for long.
Maybe like 30 seconds at most each. Long ball intended for Gabara, headed away by Melly. Saul. Back to Justin Melly. He's going to go forward, and that's going to be the end of the half. So it's going to remain scoreless here as Loudoun United and Annapolis Blues are going to be knotted at 0-0 here at the halftime in a pretty entertaining first half, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. For a scoreless game, this is about as good as it gets. I've really been impressed with Loudoun United, how they came out and created chances, how they pressured the Blues, and did it all without conceding or giving any crucial chances. The question now, can they find the clinicality up top, and can they continue to defend and bend not break against this potent offense?
Yeah, so that's going to do it for us here on the half. We will see you on the other side here on Sports Engine Play and for produced by DMV Sports Media. Josh Sager, Noah Walker.
And thanks on behalf of Loudoun United for making this broadcast possible. Thanks to Novak, who have provided and made possible this broadcast. Did you know the leading cause of electrical outages is trees or branches falling into power lines? When that happens, lines can break or trees can get tangled up in them. That's why when Novak crews step in, clearing the debris so power can be safely restored, Remember, you should never try to remove branches from a power line by yourself. The line could be live, so stay safe and call Novak first. And of course, storm season is upon us. Novak is proud to maintain better than 99% reliability, but outages can still happen during severe weather. If the power goes out, reporting it to Novak is the first step to get the lights back on. Call 703-335-0500 or log on to the Smart Hub app on your phone or text OUT to text hashtag OUT to 85700. Stay informed during restoration by visiting the outage map at novak.com. Click the icon on the map for the outage to see the latest updates to your estimated time of restoration. Novak, we're ready when you need us most.
Virginia Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electricity provider that brings the power to you by putting community first. We purchase power from PJM, the largest wholesale power market in the United States, before we deliver it to your home without marking up the cost. As supply and demand cause price changes, Novak is committed to keeping the lights on for our members. Because it's not just about ensuring you get safe, reliable power for the best value, but because as a member, you have a voice. Visit novak.com to learn what's behind your rates, see your membership's real value, and take control of your energy costs. Northern Virginia Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electricity provider that brings the power to you by putting community first. We purchase power from PJM, the largest wholesale power market in the United States, before we deliver it to your home without marking up the cost. As supply and demand cause price changes, Novak is committed to keeping the lights on for our members. Because it's not just about ensuring you get safe, reliable power for the best value, but because as a member, you have a voice. Visit novak.com to learn what's behind your rates, see your membership's real value, and take control of your energy costs. Northern Virginia Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electricity provider that brings the power to you by putting community first. We purchase power from PJM, the largest wholesale power market in the United States, before we deliver it to your home without marking up the cost. As supply and demand cause price changes, Novak is committed to keeping the lights on for our members. Because it's not just about ensuring you get safe, reliable power for the best value, but because as a member, you have a voice. Visit novak.com to learn what's behind your rates, see your membership's real value, and take control of your energy costs. Northern Virginia Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electricity provider that brings the power to you by putting community first. We purchase power from PJM, the largest wholesale power market in the United States, before we deliver it to your home without marking up the cost. As supply and demand cause price changes, Novak is committed to keeping the lights on for our members. Because it's not just about ensuring you get safe, reliable power for the best value, but because as a member, you have a voice. Visit novak.com to learn what's behind your rates, see your membership's real value, and take control of your energy costs. Northern Virginia Electric Cooperative is a member-owned electricity provider that brings the power to you by putting community first. We purchase power from PJM, the largest wholesale power market in the United States, before we deliver it to your home without marking up the cost. As supply and demand cause price changes, Novak is committed to keeping the lights on for our members. Because it's not just about ensuring you get safe, reliable power for the best value, but because as a member, you have a voice. Visit novak.com to learn what's behind your rates, see your membership's real value, and take control of your energy costs.
Back for one final time at Raven Tech Park as Loudoun United 2 takes on Annapolis Blues FC. It is scoreless after one half. Josh Sager, Noah Walker will be joining me in just a second. He is just checking in the press box to see if there has been any substitutes or any moves made for either side. This has been quite a back-and-forth match so far. Neither team has scored, though, and which is a bit surprising. Loudoun United has been really surprisingly good tonight on the attack. Meanwhile, Annapolis is one of the best scoring teams in the Chesapeake Division here in USL League Two. Happy to have you with us here on Play Engine Sport and DMV Sports Media.
Yeah, this is going to be where it all is decided. We saw two teams battle it out for the first 45, of course, without any goals, but we saw chances. Who's going to be the first to find that moment of brilliance and capture the momentum tonight?
So I'm going to assume there were no substitutes that you were made aware of?
Not that we've been made aware of. No substitutes to speak of, but I think we will see substitutions made as we get into this half. And I think we might see teams mirroring each other. Right? If Annapolis Blues bring someone in, then we're going to see likewise from Loudoun, just to keep the energy fresh.
I would like to ask before we start this half, who came out of that first half probably the happier of the two sides?
That's an interesting question. I think maybe Loudoun, because they're not the favorite in this match, even though they are at home. I think they're happy to go as they have, but I think they got to recalibrate at the half, and now with your coaching staff, can you push yourself to the next step, which is not only holding your own, but then going ahead, and I think that's where coaching may come into play.
So Carrillo is going to get it back from his keeper, Hare. We are underway for the second half. 45 minutes down, 45 to go. Thank you for sticking with us here for this double header for Loudoun United for their women's side and their B team, Loudoun United 2.
Yeah, it's the pre-development play, and these players certainly hope to find their way to the professional ranks.
Crossing one in, and it's just out of the reach of Guijo.
That's a Gabara, number 10.
Oh, you're right, that is Gabara.
Yeah, he's been all over the pitch tonight. And that time just behind the ball. If you're just joining us, this is Annapolis Blues playing right to left, wearing their white tops, blue bottoms. Loudoun United's pre-professional team left to right, wearing their all-black kits with red trim.
You're on this beautiful complex, Raven Tech Park. Not say anything not nice about this place. It looks great.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful spot to play. The field is wide. It's a really nice pitch, and the facilities to match.
Just a lot of heads.
Yeah, ping-ponged back and forth. Finally, Rich sends one forward.
Yeah, finally cleared by Keenan Bader. Yeah. Right back, though, into Shiraz Sadat's possession. He'll go over to his right back, Melly.
Ball behind, but it's taken away from Sullivan. And then
that could have been very dangerous by Sullivan there as he was trying to get it back down, but Snowden's head was basically in the way.
Satriano, I think, who was also on scene to help maintain possession. There's a turn from Guijo. Ooh, really good step from McIntosh to slow down the attack.
To the outside, Veldhorst is able to cut it back. Veldhorst spins around now. Veldhorst trying to cross one in, but it's headed away.
Melly. At the final head. We've sung his name quite a bit tonight. Once again, comes up big.
Veldhorst again over on the right side. That one is picked away. Here's a chance again. Satriano.
Poked away. Second bite at the apple. Oh, I think Sadat got a crucial touch to it.
And then that's right now, it would be the key to success for Loudoun, and what would you say is the key to success tonight for Annapolis?
Well, I've talked ad nauseum about taking your chances, so I'll bring up a second point. Hold-up play, and in transition, you cannot give away balls in transition. That's going to be the easiest way for Annapolis Blues to open up this Loudoun side. You have to find a way to be clinical when moving up the field. Don't give away any square balls. This is a game that you cannot win right away, but you could lose it with a few poor decisions. So just be clinical as you move up the field. Don't try to gamble in the middle of the pitch. If anything, try to move the ball to the outside in the attacking area.
Caldwell went forward with it, but it just was going way out of play and almost into the Loudoun bench. sun is starting to set. The humidity is way down. The temperature is cooled down. The heat is basically non-existent. Well, it's a little bit existent, but not terribly intrusive at this point.
No, we've been waiting for this, haven't we, Josh?
Oh, my God. It's been for those of you who have not, again, as I've mentioned, for those of you who have not visited ever the DMV, especially during the summer, it gets brutal out here with the humidity that we have here. It's not pleasant.
Yeah, I'm sure those players won't mind it either. Not only the sun not in the eyes, but just the overall exhausting nature of a moist and hot day. They've played like it didn't even matter. I've been impressed with the fitness for both sides on this huge pitch.
Satriano to the outside. Veldhorst goes back to the center back, Caldwell. Here's Gabara. Nice turnaround. Here is Brady Guijo coming in.
Oh, that's Leonard.
Dispossessed.
Again, that was the speed. This time defensively from Katende. We've seen it offensively with the overlapping runs, but that time able to put on the afterburners and make the intervention.
Good back heel there by Gabara, that's Guijo.
That is Brady Guijo looking for Leonard.
Leonard was offside, though.
Yeah. Matt Leonard. Wasn't that an NFL quarterback several years ago? That's
You're thinking of Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinart. I know. It's
Heisman
a different
Trophy winner, Matt Leinart.
Yeah. That's what I think of each time we sing his name. I know it's a different name, but it's similar enough.
Very similar, very similar.
That's why I had to check. I wasn't sure if we were just saying Matt Leonard just because of the familiarity. I was like, no, it's actually Matt Leonard.
It's spelled L-E-N-E-R-T.
No Leinart, yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of Matt Leinart, who's L-E-I-N-A-R-T.
That's right. Here's a turn at the midfield.
Turn around by Karsten. He's going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, McIntosh certainly grateful that Karsten ran out of real estate because he was turned absolutely left in the dust for a moment there.
If you're Loudoun United right now, which player are you looking to maybe get a shot on target here?
It's an interesting question. I think that you need to find more from Sidney Agri. He's the tip of the spear up top. He's been good in hold-up play, but we haven't seen the crucial touch to...
Xavier O'Neill right now. He's got Caldwell on him, and it's going to be kicked out actually by Veldhorst and out for a Loudoun corner.
Yeah, O'Neill did well to force the defensive intervention and has won a set piece for his side. Sullivan will be the one to take.
Jack Sullivan, the Potomac, Maryland native, out of the University of Akron. There's a lot of Akron Zips on this Loudoun United side. He's one of them. Braxton Hayes, another midfielder, is another. As is Ignacio Alem, one of their forwards. Cross comes into the mixer, and that's just going to be wide of the net.
Yeah, not a bad idea. It was certainly an audacious take from Xavier O'Neill, but it did have Hare a little concerned as he retreated back to the back side of his goal. Still haven't seen substitutions for either side. I wonder how long that'll go. Certainly on a muggy day like today, you would want to utilize that bench at some point.
I wonder, though, how much they want to, have fresh legs.
Yeah, the side that's on, especially for Loudoun, has been really effective. So you don't want to take these guys off as long as you can get the same product from them physically and fitness-wise.
That's a good point. You don't want to mess up the tempo, mess up the rhythm, mess up just any sort of what's the word I'm thinking of here? Camaraderie might be another good one.
Yeah, chemistry, camaraderie.
Speaking of which, here's a chance from Barrett Saul, and that's going to go over the bar.
Yeah, these shots, they've got absolute venom on them, but can you find one that stays under the top bar? Can you maybe take something off of it? Because we've just seen so much adrenaline pumping through each of these players as they take the opportunities on, and I think that's partially why we're not seeing any under the bar.
Now, the question that I asked you about who you think needs to step up big for Loudoun United, I'm going to ask you the same for Annapolis. Who do you think needs to come up big and potentially put Annapolis on the board here?
Well, we've seen the potential from Gabara, absolutely, but it has been kind of relatively quiet since the early stages of this game. I think he's a player with massive upside, massive potential, and he hasn't had a bad game by any stretch, but I think since maybe the 25th minute, 26th, we haven't seen as much from him. So still think if he's got anything more in the tank, he could be a player to watch out for that Annapolis would love to lean on before they may have to bring him out of the game.
Throw-in was quite poor for Loudoun, but it went off a Annapolis blue, so it's going to be another throw-in here for Loudoun.
O'Neal turning but stripped in the midfield, and now the Blues will take over.
Carrillo to the outside for Veldhorst. Or actually, that's Caldwell. This is Veldhorst. He's looking for a nice pass, and he gets it to Satriano. And now Guijo was in the clear, but it gets impeded by Sullivan.
Campbell made that challenge.
Campbell
stuck a huge long foot out, and he had to get it right. He was the last defender.
Satriano to Caldwell.
Still going.
And now Carson is going to strip that one away. That one is taken
Melly
out
with
of the
another
hand.
big challenge, but Annapolis Blues have a second bite at this apple. Can they find a ball across?
Karsten finding Guijo. Guijo's got Gabara. That one went into a chest of Katende, and he is going to hobble down.
Yeah.
They're saying it hit his head. I think it might have took a very violent ricochet off the skull there.
Yeah. Took the worst of that one and kind of ricocheted off a couple players' head, but Katende put his body on the line to block this venomous strike. Brady Guijo has been another player to watch out for. He talked and sung Gabara's name, but Guijo is another one we have to watch out for. We hope the best for Katende as he will receive a good look from the trainer.
Yeah, we might be having a little bit of a, I don't know if this is a hydration break at all or if this is just an injury-related timeout here. Good news is that he is able to get up, and it looks like he is going to be able to maybe continue this, although it's now looking like we might have a hydration break. I'm not so sure. Good news is that he is up and he is walking by himself, so that is very good news. So yeah, it looks like it might just be just a injury-related timeout, and we're going to get back underway in potentially the next minute or so.
Yeah, and of course Katende will have to come off now that he's brought the trainer on. He'll take a moment to make sure he's fit to go back on, but I think the way he's been playing, if he's able to, and he's not too shaken up, Coach would love to see him back on.
It's really good, though, that he was able to walk on his own without any support, so that's already a promising sign.
Although we are going to see some substitutions. It looks like Gabara's time is done.
Yep, Tyler Gabara's done. He's also limping a little bit, it looks like, coming off the field, and so we're going to find out who that is for.
Gabara's off, of course.
And as is Leonard. So they're going to just completely revamp this attack. And the players coming on, it looks like, are Jojo Okran. Let me make sure that that is correct, though. No, I am incorrect. Thomas McCauley is one of them. And the other...
Substitutions for Annapolis Blues. Roshan Panton and Thomas McCulley.
And the other is Roshan Panton.
Yeah, Roshan Panton, he's certainly a difference maker. I'll have to watch him on this wing. He's played with Christos in USL, has also played with Virginia Dream in the NPSL and a few other sides. Harrisburg Heat, player dragged down. Excellent advantage given.
Chance now for Loudoun on the counter, or for Annapolis on the counter, and now a foul called here against Karsten, I believe.
Another sub was Timo Jensen for Annapolis Blues. Number 19, I think.
Yeah, Timo Janssen is now on.
Yeah, Janssen immediately trying to make an impact with those fresh legs.
Janssen is actually a newer player because of the fact that I don't have him on my roster, so he must be a brand new player for this Annapolis side.
Yeah, looking to make a name for himself tonight in this level match. Certainly Annapolis and would have title hopes in their minds, and they would love to keep at least points, but certainly would want nothing less than 3 points tonight.
Annapolis is always going to be considered a contender in this division, but this is a really tough division, especially if Lionsbridge FC is the one at the top.
Yeah. That's Janssen again in an offside position. Just a little early on his run, looking to make an impact and get involved. But
I mean, I'm going to try pulling up the standings as it stands right now, but
yeah.
I know Loudoun right now, I know that this Annapolis side right now is currently 4th in the Chesapeake division.
Oh, this is one back by Owen Rich. We'll try down the line.
Rich, ooh, good block there, and Rich again.
Oh, look at Owen Rich go. That's fantastic from Rich.
That's the kind of aggressiveness that I would play with when I was on the back line, but it might have not thrilled my coaches all that much because I did cause a lot of penalties and fouls. To the outside now, and Maldonado with a chance, and Maldonado has it open, and it's in!
Goal for Maldonado. He does it all by himself, and there it is, the go-ahead goal for Loudoun United.
Wow. Maldonado had 3 defenders on him, and he just completely had to do it all himself, and he sticks it into the back of the net. What a goal for him.
Loudoun United goal for Maldonado, number 20, here in the 61st minute. And that goal scored by Alessandro Maldonado. Give it up for your Loudoun United.
So the former DC United Academy product has put Loudoun United into the lead. Massive goal for him. Massive goal for this Leesburg, Virginia-based side. That is one that they really, really need to rise up in the standings because as it stands right now, I believe that Loudoun United is... Sorry, the page for USL 2 right now is a little bit wonky because...
Oh, yeah, you have to turn it sideways, I think, and that's points per game. So they don't do it in a traditional table type of way.
So right now, as it stands, Hill City is currently in first place in the division, followed by Virginia Beach United, then Lionsbridge, and then Annapolis, although that now might be changing soon if they can't get anything, if they are going to stay down in 4th, or if they are not able to pull away with a result in this match.
Now, did you say Blues are 3rd?
Blues are 4th.
Thank you.
I said in 3rd is Lionsbridge.
Yeah, it's a really contentious. Here's Jensen cutting inside. Jensen may have a go himself.
No.
Oh, he's put it up and over. Had 2 options in the middle, really good options. He also had the option to shoot, but that's not the outcome that Blues would have wanted.
2 more subs are now about to come on for Annapolis. Actually, it might be 3. Caleb Pritchett is one of them. That's one I can recognize from far away. He is a big, big guy, and we saw that a lot when I was with Maryland Bobcats, and a guy that is very much someone that can score goals, but he gets very eager at times, and as a result, he finds himself offside a bunch. Trying to figure out who the other 2 players are.
Substitution for Annapolis Blues. Pius Sebeleme.
Pius Sebeleme and
Caleb
Pritchett are on, and we're trying to figure out. Oh, and we're trying to figure out who the last one is. We will figure that out in a moment. I believe that is Ben Mador. Yes, it is. 29, Ben Mador.
Ben Mador, substitute for Annapolis Blues.
Pritchett is a guy that was a part of the Maryland Bobcats Academy and played for them for their first team there. Mador is a midfielder out of Elon University, a school that I know well as a Hofstra alum. We played a lot in soccer in that conference. And then the final one, Sebeleme, Uganda native out of Rutgers. Another really one of those good programs in Division I.
Yeah, we've seen massive goals from Caleb Pritchett, even from distance. I think you've seen some of those goals in person. Whatever team he plays for, he's certainly a difference maker.
Last summer, I was on a call with our friend Gio Monterosso for MSI Pro versus Touch Kings, and he hit one from midfield from a pretty impossible angle from Walter Johnson High School in Bethesda.
Yeah,
Had a brace in that game, too, off the bench.
Can he do it here off the bench? Absolutely. That's the super sub that Annapolis Blues are hoping for him to be.
Nador to the outside. Here's cross coming in for Pritchett, and it's just going to land in the legs of Shiraz Sadat.
I believe it was Semaleme for Blues.
I think the three that came off, if I can tell right now, I think one of them might have been Dan Karsten.
Big challenge from Katende, but in the end, just going to sail past Maldonado over the end line. Goal kick to come.
How shocking of a result is this as of right now for Annapolis?
I mean, on paper, shocking. But from what we've seen, this has actually been a really strong contest from Loudoun United. And I think that, again, their results have not flattered them thus far this season. They're a better team as they get better and better, as their coaching staff brings them into the fold. This is not shocking to me, at least.
Janssen's pass to Panton was a bit too far, and Sullivan's just going to watch this one roll out for a throw-in.
Appeals from the fans who definitely are not agreeing, but it is going to be a throw for the benefit
of Loudoun United.
Yeah, Katende will take this one here in the 66th minute. For Loudoun, I'm curious to see how they play this. They've obviously been doing really well. Do you sit back and invite pressure, or do you just keep playing your game as it has been thus far?
Caldwell finding Janssen.
Perhaps
the outside a bit too short on that pass.
I think it's a little too early to start parking the bus, and you don't really want to invite pressure on this talented Annapolis Blues side, and it's a physical side too.
Veldhorst steaming on in, trying to find an option, and Pritchett wasn't able to do so.
Another service, well taken down.
And now, good one-time pass. Oh, and it's not going to be reciprocated here. Here's Caleb Pritchett, chests it down.
That's
Pritchett is going to be, that's going to be cleared out of the way. I believe that is done by Xavier O'Neill, who's been having a monstrous night tonight.
Yeah, well, what's so impressive about the defending is, you have to throw your body in front of the ball, but you can't overcommit to the challenge because that will easily elicit a penalty kick. You know the player's going down if you go through the back. Also, if you overcharge, over-pursue, it's another opportunity for a window to open up. So I think that's really strong body control.
You're going to have two subs coming on for Loudoun. Looks like McIntosh's night is done. I'm trying to figure out who the other ones is coming off is, but I can tell you the players coming on. I did see... Oh, it's going to be Owen Rich as well that's coming off. And so coming on, I believe, are Alexander Diaz is one of them, and Grayson Basso or Graham Jones. We're going to figure that out, though. Here's Panton. Tell you is Alex Diaz is in.
Substitution for Loudoun United. We're in the 68th minute. Alex Diaz and Grayson Basso. You can feel the energy rising down there. You know that the urgency is very much there from the Blues. They certainly are not in a position they want to be in, but Loudoun United, just as much urgency. They have found the go-ahead goal. Don't want to squander the advantage you have found.
Carrillo got a bit of a bouncing pass over from Caldwell and out to the left side here for Panton. Janssen back to Panton, and he goes back to Timo Janssen. He's looking to cut inside. Janssen gets it across, and it's blocked away by Sullivan. Still not out of the woods yet, Annapolis or Loudoun, and now they are, as that one's cleared, and Sydney Agri has to turn on the afterburners. Wow, is he running fast, and he almost caught up to Carrillo there.
Another foul. And
their tackle there.
I think that Agri has to be careful. It's been a few cards in as many minutes. You don't want to start accumulating enough fouls to draw a yellow. That's
you mentioned
for sure.
Sydney Agri at the top of this half. We haven't mentioned his name at all until that point in this half.
No, he was a player I said has to perform. Basso shielding and great defending from Basso to marshal this over the end line.
That's just amazing defending there against Veldhorst.
Grayson Basso, again, one of those late substitutes. And you saw the fresh legs on full display there as he trekked back and got his position to the spot.
Basso, a native of Ashland, Virginia. I think he's a part of the academy here with Loudoun United, which I believe is also affiliated with the DC United Academy.
At least it used to be. I don't know if there's a direct link, official affiliate link, but obviously the link lives on here. There's players who have performed at that DC United Academy. I know for sure that there used to be, the Loudoun United used to be directly the DC United affiliate. I don't know if they've kind of created their own sort of identity, not only in the championship, but now with their own kind of affiliate program here, their pre-development program, as well as their youth.
Oh, good. Step into the box, and what another fantastic block by Campbell. Oh, by O'Neill. And it's going to be a corner kick now for Loudoun United.
Yeah, it's going to be a service for Annapolis Blues and a chance for them to commit bodies into the box. These are the moments where you got to gamble a little bit.
It's going to be Timo Johnson to take.
The whipped in-swinger
ball. Just
easy
right into the
collection from Sadat. And into the final 20 minutes we go. Loudoun United have found the go-ahead goal by way of Alessandro Maldonado.
It was off now, I believe.
Yeah, Maldonado, he worked really hard for his team, but now has come off. He was the captain. Interesting to see who wears the armband now.
Saul to the outside here. This finds the foot of 24 Diaz. He's going to try to take a shot on. It just goes right into a leg.
Am I missing? I almost thought that could have been a handball, but
no.
Maybe I miss.
I think it would have also. I think personally that looked like a natural position.
I didn't get a good look. I'll recuse myself. It was kind of a half look through the camera equipment.
Fair enough.
No one reacted that way, so that's another indicator that that Loudoun United would be appealing. If it was anything halfway looking like a handball.
Switching the field now. I think we figured out who the other player was. It was Kobe Kiamani.
This one's cutting inside. Oh, slaloming run, but a huge challenge on the back side from Saul. Seen him brought into this game just yet, but watch him go. There's Sean Panton looking for the final pass. It's cut out by Melly.
The outside for Veldhorst. The Dutchman serves one in, intended for Pritchett, and it's going to go once again into Sadat's gloves.
Sadat has quietly had himself quite a performance today. He hasn't had to make full stretch saves, or at least a whole lot of them, but he's been where he needs to be at all moments.
Would you say he's player of the game? Oh, this could be
there's a coming together off the ball.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I would not be surprised if we see a card here that would be shown. Oh, they're going to call it against Loudoun, against Agri.
Agri's been involved in several contentious moments. He's a hair's breadth away from a yellow card. We already talked about he may be going into the book soon, but again, he has picked up a foul, but nothing more. Caldwell back on his feet as well.
So we are approaching the 73rd minute.
Maldonado's still on, isn't he? Yeah, Maldonado's right there.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I was thinking of McIntosh that came off.
Yeah, McIntosh, the fullback, came off. And
the 20 and the 2 and the 3 on these jerseys.
Maldonado is very much still on, still wearing the armband, and he is your goal scorer today for Loudoun United.
The numbers are a little bit hard for me to read at some points.
Yep. Here is
not enough vitamin A.
Here's Carrillo looking and surveying the field.
Just decide to go to Caldwell. Oh, good through pass. Panton with a nice one-time pass over to Veldhorst. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it worked out for him in the end.
Yeah, it's interesting. Panton has switched sides. They're trying to create different matchups, perhaps bringing Panton away from Katende and his speed.
Well, there's another Annapolis Blues player that we haven't seen yet, number 3. Oh, that is Kobe Kiamani.
Oh, this is going to come back. The offside flag had gone prior to this service. And it's going to come back. Set piece coming out for...
Actually, that might be Richard Monath.
I think this went over the end
Kiamani.
line. I lost track of it when it went into the corner. I take that back. I think it's just a goal kick, not an offside. Strike that from the record.
My bad, correction. That is not Kiamani. That is Richard Monath.
Yeah, Monath. A late substitution for the Blues. Better late than never.
Monath, Delaware Fighting Blue, and a lot of guys from the Coastal Athletic Association. I recognize a lot of these schools from my time as a Hofstra student.
Another Loudoun throw over on that far touchline. Just 15 minutes left. You certainly know the urgency going to be felt by both these sides, but especially the Annapolis Blues. They will be really disappointed with the result as it stands. Here's Alessandro Maldonado.
Nice spin around.
Beautiful ball in.
Here's a chance for Loudoun, and it's just out of the read, just out of bounds, just out of the way, and that was a shot there by Diaz.
Yeah, Alexander Diaz. He found himself in on goal, got the shot off. It's well blocked wide. And now a corner kick for United.
I thought that was just a straight-on goal kick. I didn't think that took a deflection at first.
Yeah, it must have been the defender. Got ever so slight a touch, but that would have been enough to take it away. And now an opportunity for Loudoun United to commit bodies in the box. Jack Sullivan, of course, is the one standing over the ball. Whipped to a dangerous area.
They're going to call foul.
It's going to come out. No final product on the end of it.
No harm, no foul for at least for the Loudoun side. For Maryland, for Annapolis, that is harm and foul.
Right.
Let's see if maybe Annapolis can inflict something here. Here is Monath, and Sadat was way off his line. He has to get back into his cage.
He's been excellent from that sweeper-keeper role all day. It's the starting position that really does it, and he reads the play, able to come out. As a back line, you can play more aggressively and make more challenges knowing that you have your goalkeeper backing you up. That's a huge play.
Kiamani out to Janssen. He's now going to an inlet pass for Monath, but that one's picked away by Campbell. Far as an Annapolis Blue, that went off the body of Agri. Now for Loudoun.
Well, in some way, of course, your heart rate's going to be elevated, your adrenaline's going, but you have to settle down. We've seen chances inside of this box that they have not taken well, and you got to find a way to keep a clear head, even despite the circumstances.
Kiamani. On him is Diaz. He gets it back to Sebelina. Janssen switching the field. Out to Campbell. Here's Veldhorst. He'll cross one into the box, and it's going to be out of the reach of everyone.
Tracked down, though, in the corner.
Nope, it's going to go out of bounds.
It's well marshaled. I think if you're Loudoun, this clock seems to be ticking at a snail's pace for Blues. It's probably racing forward. They don't feel like there's enough time left. It's all about perspective. But both these sides will definitely feel the pressure of this 1-0 game.
Carrillo goes to Caldwell. Can Annapolis create something just to get a point at the very least out of this? Janssen. Caleb Pritchett is just calling for the ball at this rate. We have not said his name much tonight, and that's a guy that you're expecting to at least hear at least once on the score sheet. He had a brace in that match against Patuxent. Into the box, the service, and Monath was not able to fully get full control there.
Wasn't that Maldonado? I think he's wearing the captain's armband. Maybe I'm seeing a different red.
I believe it might have been. Another one crossed in, over the head of Pritchett, palmed away by Sadat. Oh, what a sit block there by Sullivan.
Panton did so well to take this out of the air, but the fence was right there. That's what it takes on a day like today. No off moments. You got to be magnetic to the ball every time there's a chance.
Here's a shot that's going to just go way wide. Didn't have enough bend, didn't have enough curl, didn't have enough accuracy on that. The sunset, by the way, to our left is absolutely stunning.
Oh, beautiful. Now that we can enjoy the sun, now that it's past the crest of the horizon, I think.
Here's the crazy part. I think it's supposed to be even hotter here tomorrow, so we are lucky we got this in tonight.
Yeah, truly. I'll be back, not here, but in Reston tomorrow night for a different contest, but I'll keep that in mind now that you've gotten me the weather report. Ooh, that's a contentious moment, and Sadat able to get it off just in the nick of time, but United right back under pressure.
Sebelina.
I believe this is Panton, actually.
Actually, yeah, that is Panton.
Dispossessed.
Diaz. Forward now, and they're going to call a foul here, and I think they were playing advantage on the initial foul.
I mean, it's going to be a set piece just inside of Loudoun United's. Excuse me. This is a drop ball.
Yep.
It must have hit the referee. That's definitely why we have the drop ball. Now, an overlapping run from Diaz. Diaz looking for Agre. Can he bring this down?
Agre is going to have a shot, and that one took one of the weirdest little bit of a ricochets off of his foot.
Yeah, Agre, he's been good in all the non-finishing portions, but I think the finishing just has to be better. He's done great hold-up play. He's pressured the ball well, but the finishing has just been poor.
Can we at least talk about how beautiful that was from Katende there?
Yeah, Katende. I mean, he's been a bright spot, a real burner on this wing. He's been overlapping, and he's intervened defensively with that speed a lot of times.
10 minutes of stoppage to go, and here's Katende again stealing one away.
We've been singing his name quite a bit, Katende.
Here is Katende here on Kobe Kiamani. Oh, and on Timo Janssen, and Janssen with a beautiful tackle. And now he wants a card to Janssen for time wasting.
I think that's Ben Medore, number 29.
No, that is Janssen, 29.
29 is Ben
Medore.
Medore.
You're right. I've been calling Medore Janssen all night. We do have a player down right now for Loudoun. I believe that might be Sullivan.
Timo Janssen did come on. He's number 19.
Yeah. That's where I was getting the numbers wrong, the nines.
Yep, it's the nines. Both late additions. Both have played their part. There's a man down for Loudoun United.
We also are going to see maybe, I think it looks like we are not going to get a sub yet. But I believe that is Jack Sullivan that is down.
Well, Sullivan's number 10, isn't he? Sullivan's number 10, and he's over there.
Oh, so then that is Melly that was down.
Yep. Melly is the player we've called so many times. He was listed potentially as a forward player initially, but he's been an incredible defender, locking in this back line. But he'll stay on, at least for the moment, I think. Is he going to come off?
I think he's going to stay on. It looks like maybe he just had a little bit of a cramp. The good news is at least he's up and moving.
We will restart play with a throw on this near side. Katende is the player on the ball. We're into the final 7 minutes plus stoppage here at Raventech Park for this USL League Two matchup. Here Loudoun United still hold the lead after an Alessandro Maldonado finish late in this second half. Can Loudoun keep their advantage, or will the Blues be going home with points tonight?
Katende up in the air for Agri is having to deal with Kiamani. That was a really nice battle in the corner there. Cleared away. Now they're saying that Melly has time. Can't be too certain of that.
Well, Agre was the target, just not on the same page, those two. Agre was recycling his run at the time when the service came. No chance of a connection.
I'd have to say, even though Sadat is keeping a clean sheet right now, you got to make a serious case that Justin Melly is going to be has a real chance at player of the game for this one.
I absolutely agree. I think Melly has been all over the place, putting his body on the line, directing things. Of course, take nothing away from Sadat, who has been paired with this back line perfectly. The reason his positioning gives them the ability to do their job, I think, it's hard to choose one or the other because it's a symbiotic relationship.
Getting a little bit of a stoppage here. I think they're saying that he needed to take the free kick somewhere else.
Yep, and now we are back underway.
Goes to the outside. This is Janssen.
Indeed.
Now out wide to number 3. I believe that is Monath. Monath.
Yep.
Back to Monath. Slide tackle from behind. That was completely beautiful, too. He didn't have any studs up at all. Carrillo.
Ball movement.
Yeah, this is really nice ball movement. Oh, and now here's a chance for Pritchett, but it was just blocked out by Campbell. Agri lost out to Carrillo. Chance here. Now this is Midore. Got an overlapping run in. Janssen decides not to use it. Crosses one in for Pritchett. It's cleared away.
It's not good enough for Annapolis Blues. That was always one that was favored for Loudoun. Now Panton.
Panton now. He'll try to send one into the box. That's a volley. Oh, what a save by Sadat.
Incredible stop from Sadat. He certainly has been all over the place with the sweeper keeper. Now a big stop. It's all in the drop step. You saw he turned his body, got the drop step, and covered the distance so quickly. This is incredible goalkeeping, and it's all down to the footwork of Sadat.
Ooh, and he is down hard right now.
Yeah, tough one. I can tell you as a goalkeeper with some experience that it hurts a little bit less when you make the save when it hits you that way. But, of course, we'll want to make sure that he's okay and not concussed, but it does look like he's able to continue.
See, I would think it's the opposite way. As an ow, that hurts so much. I was also very fragile. So a corner kick to be taken for Annapolis. In swinging ball, headed away, and now cleared. Panton is trying to chase down, can't do so. Maldonado spins around, gets his support from the back.
Smart play from
Switching
Maldonado.
the field now for Agri. He heads it over, and he's going to have it again after beating Chiamani. And now a really nice opportunity here as Xavier O'Neal crosses one in. That could have been 2-0, but it's punched away there by Carrillo.
Yeah, O'Neal did so well to find the space and almost able to engineer the nail in the coffin. Consolation prize of a throw for Loudoun United on the far touch. Heading into the 87th minute.
This throw in here is going to be taken by number 13, which is Grayson Basso.
Yeah, and it's right back into the hands of United.
How well have the subs done tonight for Loudoun?
Oh, incredible. I think they've matched the tempo of the initial team. I think that was the concern of this coaching staff, why it took so long to keep, or rather to make a switch. You don't want to mess up the momentum that's built on the field, but they've done really well in just partnering with the players that are already here. What a tackle.
What a tackle by Diaz. He tried again, but this time was unsuccessful in trying to knock it out of Carrillo's foot.
United now have to get bodies goal side, and they've done so really well. Carrillo will switch with the big diagonal
beautiful
ball.
Switch to Veldhorst, and that's going to be knocked down into the chance of a Loudoun attacker here. Here is O'Neal again, and he is going to get pulled down. They're going to show a card? Yes, a yellow card shown. I believe that's going to be shown to to Caldwell, excuse me.
13 is going to be going in the books. That's Veldhorst.
Oh, excuse me.
Yellow card for the Annapolis Blues here in the 87th minute.
Thijs Veldhorst.
Veldhorst, number 13.
Tice Veldhorst getting the yellow card there, so this is a really good chance to make it 2-0 and to put this thing out of reach here in the 89th minute. Kick is taken, in-swinging ball headed away by Caldwell. Midore with a nice clearance. Only when it didn't go all that far, and now we've got a player down and player tapping at the knee.
Yeah, Janssen disagrees, but it is going to be a set piece in a central area.
Maldonado was the one who drew that foul.
Yeah, Maldonado, he has to have a case for one
Player
of the
of the
men of the
game, too.
match. It's always tough. Do you go with a defensive player who are just as valid as the creator? There's no wrong answer.
This is going to be taken by... I'm trying to figure out who that is. But the shot is going to be taken and almost spilled there by Hare.
Yeah, I believe that was Sullivan who took the shot on. He's been somewhat of a set-piece specialist across this season for Loudoun United.
The time is now for Annapolis if they want to get some points here on the road. Could this be the moment? Midore. Monath. Crossing one in. Oh, and it's going to be a very good chance. And it took a deflection off of a leg.
Huge defensive intervention because this was almost a force of nature. Just a wave of white shirts crashing the box. Now a quickly taken ball across.
Oh, it's over Pritchett's head.
Yeah, I don't think that the rushed approach really benefited Annapolis Blues. You heard the displeasure of the potential recipients. They were not ready.
Yeah, and Caleb Pritchett especially, you could see he was a bit irritated with that.
Court official has indicated 6.
We are going to have 6 minutes of stoppage time here at the very minimum. I mean, I'm surprised I'm a little bit surprised that it's that high.
Well, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. This match is not over yet. 6 minutes to play. Certainly, Loudoun United may roll their eyes at that. They may realize they've still got work to do. But for the Blues, it's a lifeline. Can they take it?
And now Agri almost had something there, but was not able to pull that down. Carrillo looking to create another attack here for Annapolis. Laces it through. Midore taken down. No foul given.
Wow, what a challenge. Had to win ball here, and referee says he did.
The Annapolis coaching staff is livid with that decision. Caldwell. They've got to get something going. How do you do it here in your opinion?
I mean, I think it's the same way. Obviously, you got to take chances going forward. For every set piece, you've got to commit your big bodies up the field. Bring the goalkeeper to midfield. Bring everyone into the Loudoun United area. You got nothing left to lose.
Midore.
Yeah, that was well set down by
Monath. Cross from Chiamani. Here's a shot. It's in! What a goal!
Oh.
Off the first time!
Heartbreak for Loudoun, but what a finish on the tail end. It looks like the goal scorer is number 19, Janssen.
That is an absolute peach of a ball, too. Timo Janssen. What a hit! Well, we were talking about how does Annapolis get a point out of this, and right on cue, they have leveled this thing up. Oh, Walker, how did they do it?
Well, they do it by just chipping away and using the substitutes, but Loudoun aren't finished yet. Look at this response.
Katende, and he is slide tackled. There's a chance now for Annapolis. Monath, his pass was a little bit short-sighted.
Oh, Katende, lovely
lost
win.
The aerial duel. Midore. Pritchett was calling for it, and instead it's taken over by Maldonado. We've got a wild finish in store, folks. Stay strapped to your seats. Katende. Back to Sullivan.
Sullivan for Agri.
Oh, Agri. This might be the opportunity, but he hit the first touch. He hit the first touch way too hard.
Yeah, that's something that he'll grow into, that first touch, but veteran players.
Oh, great slide tackle here by Jack Sullivan, who is now all over the pitch. Expect him to be running around like crazy right now.
Yeah, there's very little left. We're into the 94th minute, but Loudoun do have to be careful because this is a Blues side that is on the front foot and can still hit you again.
Here's a chance for Katende, crossing one in, it's in! Diaz!
No! For Loudoun United, look at the finish on the backside.
Alexander Diaz might just have salvaged 3 points for Loudoun United 2.
Who got that assist?
I believe that was Katende.
Let's see the replay real quick.
That is absolutely beautiful. And Paul Katende, take a bow. That is what you need desperately. And that might have just won 3 points for Loudoun United in front of their home supporters as Alex Diaz goes to hug his family and friends that might be in town.
I think it was O'Neal, right? Was it O'Neal? Sure. Loudoun United goal here deep in stoppage time.
Diaz.
Scored by
That
Alexander Diaz. Number
absolutely
24,
beautiful.
By Alexander.
And we're still not done yet. We might
Katende.
have you never know who is going to get this goal here. Or if Annapolis is going to strike back again. That was a response. That was an immediate and swift one, too. Monath tries to cross one in, blocked by Agri. Panton gets it back here from Medore, crossing one in, Pritchett couldn't head it down. And it's going to go out of play for a goal kick here for Loudoun United.
I can't imagine the heartbeat of the coaching staff and players down there on the pitch. We're up here, and my heart is going for these players and for the excitement. This is why you come to a game. This is why you play the game, to live in these moments. Sidney Agre looks like he may be done his day.
Yeah, Sidney Agri's night is over. And I think at this point you might just be putting on some defensive replacements just to park the bus.
Yeah, let's see who this substitution is.
It's Sir John Perkins.
Substitution for Loudoun United. And the Segra substitution, Sir John Perkins, coming on for Sidney Agre. Huh? What?
It's David Williams, 21.
Excuse me, that is David Williams coming on.
Correction, that's David Williams,
Correction.
David Williams now the final substitute for Loudoun. He's going to go for goal from long range, and that effort was a bit advantageous. But the crowd is getting rowdy here at Raven Tech. How much longer do we have? We are already past the 6 allotted minutes.
Right, it's six minimum. I always say this, 6 minimum, because in stoppage, otherwise you could just boot the ball into the next county, and then, you know, when the time's up, the time is up. But, of course, you can add stoppage to the stoppage. So,
well, we probably are going to have a lot more.
No, not a lot more, but it doesn't just end right when it hits the 6-minute mark.
No, I'm saying we're going to have a lot more stoppage added on because of the 2 goals that we've had.
Oh, yeah.
Chance for Annapolis. That one is blocked into the body of O'Neal, who has had a massive night. Can Annapolis do something to salvage a point? Cleared out of the way. Not fully done yet here is Loudoun. They're going to have to park the bus. Cross coming in. Katende clears it, and that's it! Loudoun United 2 wins here at Raven Tech Park, and that is a clean sweep for Loudoun, as they're going to win both the women's match and USL League Two here on a beautiful night in Raven Tech, and that is going to be a heartbreaker for Annapolis Blues. Noah Walker, what a match.
What a match indeed. All the credit in the world for Loudoun United for sticking in the character to hang tight after going down a goal in stoppage and get another one. What a match. We're going to be signing off here.
Yeah, so for our partner, for our cameraman, Donna Wallace, for my partner tonight and my boss, Noah Walker, this is Josh Sager bidding you adieu from Raven Tech Park. We will hope to see you on a future broadcast here for DMV Sports Media. Have a good night, everybody.